to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do roll call, please. Mrs. Hooper? Here. Dr. Crew?
Here.
Mrs. Crew? Here. Mrs. Lee? Here. Ms. Phillips? Here. Mrs. Basil?
Here.
Mrs. Waxmansky? Mrs. Wolf? Ms. Sinchok? Okay, I don't think we have anybody for guests and patrons. No. Reminder, as scheduled, the committee and regular meetings September 2, 2026 through November 18, 2026 will be held on Wednesday evenings. Thanks everybody for your flexibility with that, as we have some senior volleyball players. And Joe, did you want to?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out my, Mr. Barr, how do I do my lapel mic? Testing, 1, 2. Thank you. Okay, I'll just say thank you, Mr. Barr. Thank you, President. Just wanted to say welcome back to our staff this Friday. They come back for their clerical day. Although this year we had tons and tons of positive feedback about our clerical day being flexible and the teachers able to complete that clerical day throughout the summer, working around our maintenance and custodial cleaning staffs as they cleaned the building. We had people, so it was nice to have that many people in the building all summer. An update on the band and chorus rooms. They're 99% done, so they'll be on schedule for occupancy and for classes. There's some trim work, that's about it, some code base and some things like that. The gym, there's a motion that I'm asking the board to support tonight for the gym that will be covered by insurance, and asking for the board's support on that issue as well. With that said, you know, as is the norm in our district, in districts similar to ours, we get fluctuations in enrollment up and down all over the summer. Our elementary, for example, from a week ago, we've increased about 3 students. So it's kind of neat to see how it ebbs and flows. And with those 3 students, that puts our student professional staff, so that includes all the professional staff that are assigned to elementary school, puts that ratio at about 9.5 students per professional staff. So that's a nice ratio that you as a board should be proud of, and that we provide that quality of education for our students. And we're looking forward to the students coming back the following week, and thank you for all the support, getting the building ready and getting ready for our teachers this Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, and going from there. Thank you.
Brandon?
Yeah, I want to just take my time to talk about where we were cash status wise, where we are, and where we should hopefully be by the end of September. So on July 31st, our cash balance was $875,168.34. We knew coming down the pike that we had 2 bond obligations that are due 15 days before the due date. Those totaled $324,543 and $235,541.26 for our 2023-2022 bond series. On 8/14, we also had a payroll that totaled $247,365.89. With that said, on August 14th, our cash balance was only $67,717.44. However, on that Monday, on 8/17, yesterday, our local tax revenue was brought in by our tax collectors. We collected $324,435.61. This allowed us to pay operating bills for our utilities, etc., which totaled $59,044.30, which gives us a cash balance as of today of $333,108.75. Now, coming up on Thursday, August 27th, we will receive our state subsidy payment of $1,903,197.49, along with a reimbursement from PCCD for the grants that we were working on for $166,016.50. There's also a payroll on the 28th of $250,000 approximately, and we still have 2 more bond obligations that are due on September 1st, the 2020 series and the 2016 series. One's for $395,399.70. The other's for $445,113.75. We've also been holding bills in July and August. So in total, they're approximately $600,000. After our subsidy payment and the reimbursement from PCCD, we will have $711,809.29 as of 9/1. Now, there is the anticipated revenue streams in September. Historically, 60% of our local taxes are collected by the end of the coupon rate on September 30th. This would generate $1,419,731.39. Now, I've marked 3 different line items with an asterisk here. So due to the budget impasse last year, historically, it's hard to use that data. It's all over the place because payments didn't start coming until January. So in 24-25, we received PSERS reimbursement, transportation subsidy, and special education subsidy, all within the month of September. These are the 2024-25 totals. So I'm expecting them to go up. I know special education subsidy especially went up for us. So the PSERS reimbursement was $453,185.56. Transportation subsidy was $229,686, and special education subsidy was $138,730.68. As of 9/30, we'll have generated $2,953,142.92. Now, with that said, we'll have a payroll on September 11th, a payroll on September 25th, both approximately $250,000. Our bills for the month are approximately $260,000, and health insurance for August and September will total approximately $300,000. There's also a quarterly PSERS payment that we have to pay, which is for employer share, which is around $600,000. All in all, by September 30th, we should have $1,293,142.92.
Okay.
Thanks, Brandon.
Do you have any questions?
Cool.
Thank you.
Sounds like
Brandon,
you
what's
have a-
our historic collection rate for local taxes?
Around 90%.
And how's that rate for the Commonwealth and for the county?
That's pretty good. Talking with Mrs. Stuck, that's superb for a rural school district.
And we thank our homeowners and our property owners for that.
Yes, we do.
And we encourage the other 10% to get on board. Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully. Hey, Brandon, on the PCCD, is that all the money we owed from like the 24, 23, is that everything caught up at that point?
So everything's caught up. There's also approximately $100,000 to draw down for this year. Now, there was also a funding announcement. I didn't get any hard numbers on it yet, but it's essentially the same grant that we've got the past 3 years for this year coming. So I plan on applying for it. Once I have a solid number, I'll share it with the board and let everybody know.
Thank you.
Your state subsidies, are they about approximately the same every time you get one?
No.
So they decrease a little bit as you go, right?
It just depends on the month because it depends on our charter school enrollment. Our charter schools get deducted immediately from our state subsidy.
Okay.
So depending on our enrollment number, that depends on how much we actually receive.
Okay, so if we get 90% from our local effort and 60% is by the end of the discount rate, you're only looking at 30% for the rest of the school year.
Correct.
So you don't have that to bail you out anymore.
Correct.
Okay, and you're living with, at the end of September with $1.2 million, about $1.3 million. You're living pretty close for everything you have. So what do we do if we have a catastrophe? What's the plan?
Usually our state subsidies hit the last Thursday of every month. So there can be planning done as far as if we're going to receive $1.5 to $2 million every last Thursday of every month. We have some wiggle room in that aspect.
Well, and I saw your thing on our email. We only have a capital reserve of 60 grand or something like that, right?
Yep.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
So if we have a catastrophe, you can't pull from that, but you pulled some into your savings account of about $500,000.
Yep.
So that's all we're sitting on?
Yeah.
Okay.
in Pliget.
That's tight, okay.
But we do have a projected surplus of 800,000 for this year, right?
Correct, with the Ready to Learn
So,
increase,
Yeah.
talking with Dr. Tibbet, Dr. Prebish, the majority of that money is gonna be used for already
I mean, there
budgeted
may be interim
expenditures.
cash flow based on the timing of the payments. We did that one time, that 1 year payback thing, that year where we had the line of credit. What was that? I can't remember the term. for
The
that.
TRAN, the
Tran,
tax
thank you.
revenue anticipation note.
Do we have that still accessible, or is that close out and then we'd have to redo it? That was like a 20, didn't we pay like 25,000 or something to have that?
So it's, yeah, we pay 25,000 for the origination fee. The problem with that is they're only available when there's a budget impasse.
Oh,
So
Okay, I
in
didn't
those
know that.
situations, they'll issue you the TRAN, but in this situation, it would have to be a completely separate type of loan that we'd have to
I see.
get if it would come down to that. But I don't foresee that happening, thankfully. I think the worst is past over this past summer, and I think we're on track. I think the biggest thing with this cash flow statement is the budget is the most vital tool that we have, and strict adherence to that budget will only put us in a better spot down the road.
yeah.
Well said.
Thanks for getting us to this point. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks.
Brandon, this is the best explanation as a timeline goes that I've ever had in 12 years, so thank you.
Okay. All right, on to the next. Minute approval. Be it resolved, the minutes of the July 21, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting, regular meeting are approved as presented. I'll make the motion.
A second.
Ms. Mike? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Mike? Treasurer.
Treasurer financial reports, be it resolved, the treasurer financial reports for July 2026 be approved as presented, received, and filed. Attached to the agenda, I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. To the action agenda. Buildings, grounds, and cafeteria, auxiliary gym floor flood replacement. I'm gonna read this one because it is sizable, but it's gonna be paid for with insurance, so just so we have it out there. Be it resolved, the Board of Education of the Northern Cambria School District hereby approves the proposal from Miller Sports Construction, Miller Flooring Company, for the supply and installation of Tarquette field-constructed lattice wood athletic flooring system in the Northern Cambria K-12 building auxiliary gym in the amount of $191,000. This purchase is authorized and executed pursuant to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania CoStar's Cooperating Purchase Program. And the funding for this project shall be borne by and reimbursed through district property insurance proceeds from Church Mutual Insurance. And I'll make the motion.
A second.
Second. Ms. Mike. Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry.
What's our deductible?
Did you have a chance to, I didn't, Dr. Krug,
From my understanding, it's
endeavored to ask Brandon that.
$50,000.
What's that?
It's $50,000.
Do we have a $50,000 deductible?
Yeah.
Is that budgeted for? Nope.
I didn't foresee there being a flood at the time.
That's why I said catastrophic, what do we do? Okay. That's not reimbursed by insurance, the deductibles are not reimbursed.
Correct. And we don't have it in our budget for that money? Do we have,
It's there, but it's skinny.
do we have any other, did we pursue any other possibilities until then, till we have more money in the bank?
So, also, is it coming out of capital reserve, or is it coming out of the general fund?
This will come out of general fund.
Okay.
So 50,000.
Mr. Krug, such as, as far as not turning into, I just need to clarify that point so I can do some research on it if I have an opportunity to. Other opportunities, I mean, such as.
Could we wait? Would that be an advantage?
My concern with the cost of labor and the cost of materials that are only going to increase over time, and to get on somebody's calendar and schedule is really important, so that we have that classroom, basically, that classroom as soon as possible. We're very hopeful to be in that classroom before Thanksgiving. If the board is supportive of this motion tonight, we're hopeful to be in there before Thanksgiving.
by the time that we make that deductible payment, it should be December, January. So cash-wise, we'll be in a much better state than we have been.
Can I have one more question? Do we have to pay the rest of it after the deductible out of our own account and then get reimbursed?
On certain things, only on property, from my understanding.
No, for this.
Not for this.
So the insurance gonna pay them directly?
Yep.
Just to clarify, there will be some coming directly towards us, and then, like, the Service Pro, they have an ACH agreement with Church Mutual, that will be a direct payment, other things will be a pass-through. So we'll get monies from Church Mutual, and then it'll be passed through as they check the invoices and they check the amounts that were proposed expenditures for casework, proposed expenditure for carpet, proposed expenditure for the gym floor. You know, those will be pass-throughs that will be reimbursed from Church Mutual, but it would hit our coffers and then go back out to those entities.
Since you mentioned Pro and the carpeting and all that, it doesn't say that in this thing. This only says constructed lattice wood floor. So what's the 191 cover?
That's the entire auxiliary gym. The other entities either have different approvals or they were deemed emergency, like the remediation, the flood cleanup, the having carpet before class started so that we didn't need to delay the start of school or change our calendar, have a vote on our calendar. Those could be deemed emergencies, so those were purchased and endeavored, those contracts were endeavored through the emergency agreement through our insurance.
And the insurance company paid those directly.
They're endeavoring to. They haven't done it yet. They're endeavoring to.
And there's no deductible for that work?
It's the whole project.
50,000 covers you.
Yes, remediation, rebuild, casework, furniture, personal belongings. We submitted time for our employees that would have been doing something else. We had a contingent, an army of employees that mobilized at 4 a.m. and those 2, 3, 4 days would have been doing something else, so we can submit that for insurance purposes. And they may say you have to adjust it here, you have to tweak it here, but we submitted.
So at this point, we're already incurring a deductible on something. I mean, we've already incurred costs against the claim, so we're gonna get charged a deductible.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct, the
regardless of-
remediation alone.
Yeah.
Correct.
And the auction, not to get off subject here, the auction, did we get any, I mean, they put an idea of what they think we'll bring in from the auction, just out of curiosity?
They have not.
They have not?
We did ask.
Okay.
I just don't know that there's a way to do that.
Yeah, okay.
Good, that's a good plug though, this Saturday, please come early, ready to purchase, things that will help you as an individual or as a community and also help your district.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And now that we see the impact of the flooding in the back of the school and what it almost would be good, Brandon, for you to consider that what our deductible is because we have flooded before. And at the same time, we really need to move forward with looking at, like Mike mentioned last time, let's get somebody in there to look at the back of the school to see what they could possibly do to maybe make it less of an impact next time. I know we're gonna get rain, but is there anything we can do back there to keep it from being a catastrophe every time?
We should maybe maintain, maybe, if they dredge it,
Correct.
tomorrow, for example, might be good for 5 years, but is there maintenance that needs, because stuff's gonna erode and move over time.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Is there something,
Yeah, somebody's reviewed on this.
yeah,
for
like
sure,
a plan, to maintain that, I guess?
I know it's on Mr. Mattori's radar, among other things. He's being pulled in a lot of different directions, as are most Northern Cambria, employees. He can do. We have confidence that he'll be able to come up with either a recommendation to the board to, do something, or his own guys to do something as well.
Yeah, because you figured even we talked about with the air handler, that was, what, 16, 17,000? I mean, things that we maybe can avoid down the road if they put those relay things on all those and costs that we're incurring.
Preventative and.
Yeah. So,
Instead of being reactive
Yeah,
every
more
time.
Proactive
Yeah.
versus reactive.
All right,
Just
everyone.
one more comment.
Sure.
The water and the drainage and all of that was discussed clearly and largely with the architect we had. who built the building on top of it, it should have been written into those contracts. It should have been part of the building project.
The area that floods and flooded again this year was there before we put on the new addition.
And we attempted to correct all of that.
When you say put the building, you mean the building,
Any new build that was to be taken care of. It was largely discussed with our architect. That's all, my only comment.
I'm just trying to,
They
you
were
mean the
aware of
architect
that.
now that we just had, or like the, back when they did the original? that
No,
gym?
just our building recently. We brought that to his attention.
I mean,
So it
maybe,
should
I
have
guess
been
it would be.
considered when we had to go deeper with our pools to support the new building. There was reason for all of that.
Yeah, I don't think it was part of the project we just did though.
No, it should have been part of the project. We had asked to have that as part of it, but that's okay, that's all in hindsight now.
Yeah, I don't recall that, but regardless, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I was just going to say what you said about a plan.
Yeah.
I mean, and the last thing I think we should do as a school district is not pay our $50,000 deductible in a timely fashion. Because when you deal with entities who can say, you know, this is your second time out now, guys, maybe you need to bid this to another company, or maybe, I don't know what kind of agreement we have with them on
Yeah.
new buildings and grounds, which I don't have an expertise in. But I know car insurance, I know house insurance, I know other things. If you start playing games, they play games back. And so I would say, please pay our deductible in a timely fashion. When they send an invoice, send them the money, because we can't afford not to have flood insurance.
Yeah.
And in 1975, that was a wetland back there. And DEP was in here before the original building was built. And so, you know, we can't go back and fix things that Mother Nature put there.
I would just
But
like
I
to see
think we
us.
could have a
Right.
civil engineer
Yeah.
or a geologist or somebody come for, you know,
Just
a
so we know what
stipend
we're dealing
to
with.
come and look at it and say, yeah, do we need another trench ditch? Do we need another whatever back there? Or can we maintain it and be effective?
Right.
Because something could have even changed. I mean, probably not, but, I mean, we don't know.
Right.
But if somebody was logging up above there, you know, that could have changed between
Yes,
when
that's
the
true.
architect.
2013 and now.
absolutely
Yeah, like when the architects looked at all that,
Yeah.
you know, and it changed, you know, how all that runoff
Sure.
comes. I mean, we've seen it happen before.
And then get a plan in place to
Right.
see how we will prevent, if possible.
Well, that has to be paid for somehow, so, I mean, they're not gonna come in for free and look at this.
No, we know.
So it's a good
expense of
idea,
flooding
but
would far
Somewhere
outweigh
you have to
the
put it
cost
in
of
the budget.
engineering. Sorry, Dana.
No, it's okay, I'm just kidding.
I'm not suggesting we get somebody tomorrow.
Well, I mean,
I'm
we probably
suggesting we
have
get a
local people
plan.
who are very good at this,
Yeah.
who are experts, who have businesses in this, who would probably walk over here and just take a look at it. I'm not saying they'd haul their machinery, but every time this school asks for help from the community, people come out in droves. Everybody has a friend that knows how, I mean, that's the trades, people who are in business in the trades around here. We could have somebody come over and take a look at it and just say, hey, this is gonna be incredibly expensive, or here's what your problem is. And we start there. And then we also, we can look for funding, you know, I always say that, but like, there are options. Anyway, it's a gym floor, we're gonna have a $50,000, oh, Norma, yes.
I have a question for Toby. Is it guaranteed that Church Mutual will cover this?
Yes.
We can
Yeah.
count on that for sure.
Yeah, oh, I mean, I can't give you 100% guarantee, but
But there's
yeah,
contractor language or something
Yeah,
that
they
holds them to.
are the district's insured, it's an insured claim, they've accepted the claim, they're gonna pay the money.
Okay.
If they don't, you know, obviously, we have mechanisms to deal with that, but, yeah, I think it's pretty certain they're paying this.
Thank you.
All right, do we need a roll call? All in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item B, sponsor to sponsor lunch agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the sponsor to sponsor agreement between Northern Cambria School District and St. Nicholas Academy providing lunches for the 26-27 school year. The lunches will be $4 per student provided through this agreement. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thanks, Diane. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Mike?
All right, A, I don't know, these are the IXL license renewals for the Board of Education authorizes the administration renew the 275, looks like IXL licenses for math and ELA for the 26-27 school year. Subscription budgeted cost is $11,797.50. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, guys. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Community relations, nothing at this time. Mrs. Blacksmunsky.
Yes, this is the cooperative agreement with St. Francis, which we do dual enrollment with. So the resolution is there. I make that in the form of a motion.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Mrs. Wolf.
Legislation and policy development, item A, 26-27 elementary and high school, student, parent, and teacher handbook changes, which are in our appendix for us to review. So we just need to approve. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thanks, Diane.
Comment.
Yes.
Could we have a copy of that handbook? I mean, it's only been decades since I've seen one.
It's online.
Oh, is it?
I
Okay.
don't know that we still print them,
Okay.
but it's
But
definitely
it's on
available
the site, on the
online.
website?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I will look.
Good question.
But minus these changes, I would assume.
Right, that, like, once these changes go in, just wait, and then, or I don't know if it's already up to date, and we just have to activate the link. Anyway, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose, I didn't get a chance to read it, so I oppose.
Okay.
Motion carries.
Personnel, Ignite Education Solutions Substitute, be resolved the Board of Education approves the addition of Isaac Kudlovitz to the Ignite substitute list for the 26-27 school year. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Mentor teacher, be it resolved the Board of Education approves Marcy Bradley as the mentor teacher for Cadence Della Valley for the 26-27 school year. I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in
I
favor?
have a question.
Oh, yes, yes,
Does Marcy have tenure?
yes.
Because don't you have to have tenure to be a mentor teacher?
She said
I don't
that.
think she does.
I'd have to check, Dr. Kruger. I don't think that's a requirement. I think it's a,
I thought it was one of our.
you have to have a level 2, I think, but you don't have to have tenure. But I'll have to double check that. But if she does, it's a
How
moot
long does
point.
it take to get tenure?
She does.
She does, it's a
Here
moot
for
point.
years.
She has.
Anything else? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Resignation, be it resolved the Board of Education accepts with regret the resignation of Mrs. Olivia Leakty, and I'm sorry if I butchered that, school social worker effective October 16th, 2026. Mrs. Leakty was 4 years with the district. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any?
I have a question.
Yes,
Isn't this the position that we just did the MOU for?
it is.
Last
It
meeting?
is.
It is.
Petition for unit clarification, yeah.
Yes. Without giving anything away that is her personal business, it is for a position that is more, well, not that we're not family friendly, but it is closer to her home. It allows her to have more time with her family. And it's just, none of us would turn it down if it was us.
That's fine, but that's gonna leave the position open, and I recommend we do not fill it. That's my recommendation.
Understood. Anybody else? Okay, with regret, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, resignation, be it resolved the Board of Education accepts with regret the resignation of Ms. Michelle Sodmont as a 7-hour cafeteria cook. Ms. Sodmont has 21.8 years with the district, and I will make the motion.
Second.
thank you, Michelle, for your service, and we hope that your health journey,
Hate to see her go.
yeah.
You know,
All in
because
favor?
How does that affect the cafeteria? Because now that was the chief, I mean, not that, I mean, it's
Kristen's
off
got
our
it.
plate, but it's, you know,
Yeah.
the two top people in the cafeteria have either resigned or
Yeah.
retired this year, for the beginning of next year.
Yeah, so I did ask Kristen about this, and I think that she's been looking ahead to in case anything like this would happen, and she's prepared.
Is she? Okay.
Yes.
If she is, I think so.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Staff development, nothing at this time. Student activities, nothing at this time. Transportation, be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the following additions to the Tri-County Transportation Bus Driver List. You can see those names there. And we have all their clearances in place, yes? Okay. And I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, athletics, nothing at this
I
time.
have a question.
Oh, yes.
When is Meet the Colts night?
I'm glad you asked.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It is-
it's this Friday, and I didn't want to steal anybody's community's activities or student activities or athletics, but we look forward to a great event, you know, at the stadium, and where we recognize all fall athletics, not just, you know, football, but thank you for asking that question. I look forward to my first one, but you know, I know it's going to be exciting and fun, and a good opportunity for us to celebrate and then kick off the start of the school year. So,
Doors open at 5:15, the event starts at 6.
thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, payment of the bills. Be it resolved, the payment of the bills for the month of August 2026 be approved as presented or amended, received, and filed. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Mike? All in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, does anyone have anything that they want to have on the next COW agenda? Dr. King?
I have one question. In the interest of saving the school district money, whatever happened to the, bringing in the prisoners to help clean the grounds, other than having our workers do
So
stuff?
glad you asked that.
Yeah, we know it's been successful in neighboring districts. Unfortunately, we weren't able to massage that into existence this year. We're hopeful that our union brothers and sisters will accept that assistance next year. And it's also an opportunity for those individuals that were incarcerated to show that they've rehabilitated themselves. So we think it's a win-win. We also look at it as a way that we can show our taxpayers that we look at every penny, we look at every dollar, we look at every dime. And if there's an opportunity for us to save those taxpayers some money, we'll keep looking at that. Unfortunately, we just couldn't come to an agreement with the association for this year, but we're confident that they'll be receptive in future years to make that happen. And again, the altruistic reason for it behind rehabilitation and those types of things for those people that are incarcerated, and also the benefit we know will give to our district, we look forward to future years of making that happen.
Is that a negotiated thing with the support staff, or with the or with the NEA? Or
The PSEA Support Staff Association. So our support staff, CBA covers clerks, custodians, maintenance workers, housekeepers, cleaners, and, you know, our aides. So that entire entity is bulked together. Then they have to agree to it as a collective, and we couldn't quite get there.
Okay.
And I don't mean to question you on that, but Toby, if this is free work, do they have the right to say no to that?
They have the right to say no. Whether we enforce that right or take another avenue is another story.
I would
And
like
we
to
could-
know that for next year.
We could discuss those sort of things in
Yeah,
executive session.
because I feel like we really missed out.
Just a general statement. Something or someone has to be aggrieved. You have to feel wronged, and then you have to connect it to a clause in your CBA. So you have to say, I feel the district violated item ba 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 ba. And So it has to be specific what your grievance was, how you feel you were harmed as a unit, and how we can articulate that you were or were not harmed would be the next steps in that process. That's not even specific to this, that's just overall, CBA management cooperation. We want unity. Our goal, and I often talk about this with our administrative team, we do not like us versus them mentality, whether it's this group versus this group, or whether it's administrators and teachers, we think we're small enough and we think we care enough about each other as humans that we can get to a place where we're all cooperative and we put an honest day's work for an honest day's pay.
And the work in question was no doubt work that, I wouldn't have preferred to do if someone would come in and do it for me for free. It was hard work down at the football stadium, and we thought that would be the best place because it would not be on campus and the stadium would be empty, and I was very disappointed. I'm one person, I'll say I was disappointed.
Did the work get completed?
Yes.
Oh, it did?
It did,
Okay.
correct, it did.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and I have, if we can move on, one more thing that I had about the fuel costs that we talked about last time. When that's brought to the agenda, I just ask that we have numbers to compare apples to apples. If we're going to leave the consortium early or the consortium's leaving us, whichever that might be. And we probably need bids for that as well. I just, so it's not forgotten because it's gonna get cold. We're gonna need heat.
Do you have any updates on that?
I'm working with Toby right now,
Okay.
making sure.
I figured it was
get
in the
an RFP
works,
out.
but
Yeah.
just so it's not forgotten, that's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brian, one related question, it's another utility cost,
Well,
but
yeah,
like,
it can be put on the.
up at the high school for the water and the sewage and all that, like, the sewage bill was real, I don't know how the sewage is based on the high school, is it
I think it's a fixed cost.
like a month?
Yeah.
Like 6,000 a month?
It's a monthly fixed cost.
Is there a way to like,
The sewage was 6,000?
I mean, that's what it says unless it says
It
Westbury
might have been
Sewer
the
Authority.
electric bill. It might be in their description wrong. I'll double check on that and verify and let you know.
Especially.
Okay.
Because that seems really high for sewage.
Unless it's
I think
a
that's the
max.
electric bill.
Okay, if you could just check, I'm just curious, because if so, I'm just wondering, if we're not using the high school at all for anything, is there a point where we can start to wind down utilities? I just saw it was that much, but maybe that's not the right.
The account codes are one number different, so that's
Well,
what I'm thinking.
it's on the, it says the name and everything. Oh, you mean just when it's typed out? I don't
Yeah.
know, okay.
An error maybe.
I'll
Okay.
verify that and send out an email.
Okay.
I have one more question on how the bills are done. When you pay the bills, like electric bills, stuff like that, it used to be broken up into elementary school, middle school, high school, 3 different bills for the same. You still do that?
So as of now, we still break it down into 2, elementary, high school. The problem is the old high school is broken down the same account code as this high school.
That's what I'm asking.
So in the description, we put old high school in quotations. That way we can have a definitive number.
Okay.
Are we going into executive session to discuss anything?
I didn't have any,
Okay.
but we can, you can.
I didn't have anything unless,
You
once
can
I need to.
absolutely.
Well, I just wanted to know what the status was of the principal's contract.
Underway.
Ongoing.
Okay. And do you guys have an update on the new gym?
It's been turned over by all other parties, and we had a on-site internal meeting on Thursday morning, and we laid ground rules out for internal administrators to communicate to the parties that use it, and then parties that request it to this board. We would like to celebrate the site, but also we want to keep it as pristine as we can. That involves everyone from a PE teacher to recess to, our extracurricular sports and everything.
So it's like fully open for business?
It is
though?
fully open.
Junior high is using it for practice.
Great, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
And, did you want to mention that Dan is going to reach out to?
I'll make one comment, and then if you want to add to that, we want this to be a place of celebration, so part of that is including any banners and accoutrements that were at the old high school to bring those down. We've done a really nice job of that. I know Bill Mattori and his group came up with some ways to hang and display things. Dan and Dr. Prevish worked pretty diligently to fill the trophy cases, so that it's a nice entranceway there and recognize past accomplishments, but also we want to, nod towards the future as well. And one of those futures is the naming of the gym, and President, if you'd like to go.
So we are hoping and planning, and we will have it's going to be a soft opening for volleyball, but I feel like the grand opening for the gym will take place at the opening of the basketball season, so that we can get ready, make sure the gym is completely ready when we open those doors for the Artleys, so that we can have the wording on the front doors and get their family all gathered if they want to come in and have a ceremony. And since basketball was one of the big things along with softball that Mr. Artley did, I thought that would be really appropriate and give us the time to have the gym looking presentable. So the athletic director is going to head up that effort, and if anybody wants to help, or if anybody wants input, or if there are any alumni who would like to share a story or spread the word that we're going to have this grand opening, I think that would be fantastic. So we're excited for that, and
Saturday, some alumni are coming to the auction, not to buy anything. They just want to walk around and see where they spent 30, 35 years, and they've been retired now 25, 30 years. Dan Kelly is one of the gentlemen who have talked to me over and over, and I thought, if he can't make it, that I've got to do something so he can walk through this school.
I love Mr. Kelly, and I will take him up there myself.
Good, good, because every month when we have retirees breakfast, he asks me about it. And he said, can I just come if I don't buy something? I said, well, yeah, you can come and I'll buy something, and so, there, some of them are coming.
Okay, that would be great.
I have a question.
Yes, Carol.
I know there were areas that were affected by the flooding that won't be open when school starts. Are there any other areas of the building that will not be open when school starts?
The administrative annex is impacted by flood.
Right,
We have
yeah.
relocated, and we are, fortunate that we had space and also very cooperative staff. We bumped people around, and not one person complained, and not one person was ill-mannered towards us, and we're taking spaces and moving in and taking over, and really cooperative, and I'm grateful. I can speak myself. Michelle Peronish in the library, she's been nothing but helpful, nothing but gracious in her space, and that's her little world, but she welcomed us in with open arms. The home ec room was put back together, I want to say 99.9%. The band and chorus rooms, other than the auxiliary gym, the weight room is still a work in progress. Everything has been sanitized and cleaned. It just needs to be put back into the right proper area so they can use that for not only PE classes but extracurriculars. That's the only places that, out the top of my head, that I can think of. Mr. Ashurst, anywhere you can think of?
I think you hit the nail right on the head.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Can I ask, what about the swimming pools?
Status quo, as in there has been no updates from me, or we can ask Mr. Montori for an update. It's status quo. It's the circulating water. It's there. There's some pump issues that we discussed earlier that have not been resolved.
I thought the pump motor was replaced.
They're still working on
And the
Valves.
the sand filtration valves.
Right.
Sand filtration valves were the ones that were seized, so we couldn't operate the sand filtration fully. I mean, it's operating and it's circulating water, which was one of the components that the individuals that came to look at the pool applauded us on. They said, hey, it's in a decent state, you just need to get it, if you plan on using it, it needs to be in a better state.
And maintained, not ignored.
Yep, maintain, which is staffing, and yep, everything.
Okay. Anything else? All right, be it resolved, the committee of the whole voting meeting for the Northern Cambria School Board for August 18th, 2026 be adjourned at 6:45 p.m. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Do you want to make an announcement of the auction? since you're-
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The auction will be August 22nd. Do you know what time?
Saturday, preview.
Previews at 7:30 a.m., auction will start at 9 a.m. on Saturday, August 22nd.
And that's just phase one, so we're gonna have a second phase of the auction that'll be October 3rd. But don't miss out on the first phase because not everything is gonna be different items.
Going.
Yep.
Thank you.